Hello, everyone. I'm glad to meet you here today again in the BIM Coordinators Summit for the year 2024. My name is Hesham. I work as the AEC and Digital Twin Lead in Israel, Saudi Arabia. And today I'm going to touch base on how ArcGIS can help streaming ISO 19650 information delivery cycle. I will talk a little bit about the different stages in ISO 19650 CDE and how can ArcGIS and the GIS in general can support in each phase. So I believe here we are celebrating our appreciation for the BIM. So I can understand, or I assume that all of us are familiar with the concept of ISO 19650 and the concept of common data environment, or CDE. In general, ISO 19650 is an international standard for managing or for information management. And it focuses on the built environment, on the AEC sector, the architecture, engineering, and construction. And it highlights how the information will be transferred between different, maybe we can call it stages or information containers. And this will be our topic today. How can GIS support in all of these stages? And as a start, I would like to ask a very basic question. What is GIS? GIS, or Geographic Information Systems, it's an ecosystem that is used to make sure that everything in its right location. Then you can use it for data collection, maybe using some data analytics or spatial data analytics in its right location. Maybe integrating something related to real-time information or other technologies like mobile apps, dashboards, and other things. So as a start, to have your GIS system, you need to start with a base map. A base map is the background map that will be the foundation for your project. And it provides you with the context where your project happens. And you can get this once you have any ArcGIS or Esri product. So once you have any Esri product, you purchase anyone, you will have a free base map to start your GIS mapping. GIS uses different geometries and very simple geometries to represent the real world entities to start the very basic digital twinning for the real world assets. And the first shape or first geometry to represent this is the point. And the point represents the location, just like when we use any mobile app, visualizing different maps. You can see the location of different things, maybe equipments, assets, or something else. In this context, it might be a site worker, maybe a silo for some liquid that will be used in the construction projects. Then the second geometry is lines, and the lines usually used to represent the linear assets. It could be utilities, subsurface utilities, water, sewer, electricity, or telecom, or even firefighting, whatever the utility is. As well, it may represent the center line of the street. And the third one is polygons, and the polygons can help us to represent the assets that we care about its area. So, for example, a certain zone, the building footprint, as we see here, a parking lot, or boundaries of the project. In addition to this, GIS helps you to be the container for different design formats. Of course, the primitive form of it is CAD data, whatever it's DXF, DWG, or whatever the format. So you can bring in your CAD data on the top of the GIS information to have a better understanding about the project and the design that you are about to execute. As GIS can contain different design formats as well. It can contain the information gathered from drones or reality mapping. So whenever you have imagery from satellite or point cloud that was gathered using drones, or maybe it can generate meshes, or even if you have some information from laser scanner, mobile scanning, or all of these types of information, it can be included as we see here on the top of GIS map. And the main topic that that gathered us all today in the BIM Coordinator Summit is the BIM data. So you can integrate the BIM data, whatever its format, whatever its 3D models, RVT, IFC, or maybe BIM models for subsurface networks. All of these information can be gathered in one aggregate model inside the GIS. And you can tell that the GIS has some very interesting visualization power, but it is not about visualization. Visualization is just to give us a better understanding, but the GIS is data-driven. The GIS just give us a visualized database. So each feature on the map will have a record in the table that represents its information. And this is the same case when it comes to BIM models. So whenever you click on any BIM model inside the building, you get information about it. It's exactly like what happens if you are using this or reviewing this BIM model inside the BIM environment. Then now we will start with the process, the CDE process according to ISO 19650. The first stage is brief stage. And in this brief stage, we need to get to understand more about the potential project, the surrounding conditions, the requirements. So in this particular step, we need to gather, analyze geographic and the environmental and maybe as well socioeconomic data. The ArcGIS can support in this case in the site analysis. You can utilize the ArcGIS to perform comprehensive analysis using different tools like ArcGIS Pro, your desktop application that will help you to create a detailed topographic map, maybe impact assessment, or as we see here, visualizing or modeling the soil information in 3D voxel layer. This can help the geotechnical or soil engineers to understand the nature of the soil in between the gathered samples. Moving to the next step, which is the concept. And in the concept, we need to develop and visualize the conceptual design and alternatives. So we need to conduct scenario planning and analysis. And in this case, ArcGIS can support making conceptual modeling using different ArcGIS softwares to visualize the project site, helping to explore different design scenarios. We can use different spatial analysis tools to evaluate the impact of various design alternatives on the surrounding environment. It might be a shadow for a certain point for the longest time of the project, as well selecting the most feasible and sustainable options. So sustainability as well, something GIS can support. The next stage is it's supposed to be the design and the more detailed design, brief design and more detailed design. So in this context, we have an international or global alignment with Autodesk to make both Esri and Autodesk systems as one bigger system that can include the features of both systems in one place. So we can see here that we can get the information from Autodesk, from ArcGIS Online or ArcGIS Enterprise, which is we can call Esri Web GIS, inside the BIM design environment, and uh, and it can help a lot when you need some context information to make your design context aware. As well, you can get the information from BIM softwares like Revit or 7-3D to put them inside ArcGIS Pro, which is the desktop software or the offering GIS software. As well, we have direct integration between ArcGIS Pro and Autodesk Construction Cloud or BIM 360 to consume the information from the cloud-based solution of Autodesk inside ArcGIS Pro. So different shapes of integration, 7-3D, InfraWorks, as well ArcGIS for AutoCAD to get the base map or the GIS maps inside your software to make your design in context. So starting that design, we will utilize this integration in the first stage, which is the definition. And in this case, we have detailed project requirement and constraints. So from different data sources. So ArcGIS allows you to create a detailed models, contains the map and the BIM models, like project constraints, zoning regulations, environmental areas, and existing infrastructure. As well, it enables you to integrate with different data sources from different sources. Sorry. Then moving to the design stage or detailed design stage. And in this case, we need to get the detailed design and its specifications, as well the design coordination. And in addition to the coordination that we are familiar with between different BIM disciplines, we need to make as well coordination with the geospatial information or with the surrounding conditions. So different tools that we talked about can help in this as well. We have ArcGIS GeoBIM. ArcGIS GeoBIM is providing a dual view between the BIM environment and the GIS environment to have both powers and both views in one place. And it helps you to create dashboards, different dashboards, and on the top of them, the issues that may happen because of some clashes between different BIM disciplines and or between BIM and GIS. And from Autodesk side, you can see these issues that was raised by the GIS team, and in the GIS side, you can see the issues that was raised by the BIM team, and they create one consolidated dashboard. Moving to the next stage, which is the execution or the build and the commission stage. And in this stage, what is required is to implement the design after making that everything is going in as planned. So ArcGIS helps you to get the information from Autodesk 7-3D or InfraWorks, or even get the data from Revit and put it in GIS, the GIS software. Then you can consume this aggregate model, including GIS and CAD and BIM, using mobile device. The mobile device can help you to use different mobile applications, like field maps or Survey 123 to collect the data day by day. So it helps you to do your inspection work. As well, you have your project management software. It might be Primavera, P6, it might be Microsoft Project or whatever. So you need to get this information visualized to make it easier for you to understand the current circumstances or to communicate the information or the message with different project stakeholders. And this can happen using GIS, and like as we see here, the map and the different indicators and KPIs. As well, another dashboard, but in this case, you can see integrating with the real-time information. So we can see here that the trucks, the site workers, and maybe other aspects can be monitored in real time. We can see here the movement of the workers as well. If we want to monitor some device that we need to make sure that it will not be out of the site boundaries, we might use this feature to give us alert if there's something wrong that happened, if the device went outside of the project boundaries. And of course, the handover and the closeout. And the power of the GIS can support in this case because you need some system to be the container for the as-built models and as-built drawings, and to be visualized and to use them in further ways, just like maybe in the operation phase, in the maintenance, or maybe even in the demolition phase. So this one ecosystem, including all the GIS functions that we talked about, and adding to this the BIM and the design power from Autodesk side in one bigger ecosystem, it can support making the handover process between the build and design and operate and maintenance in a very streamlined way. And now, after the handover, we have the all the information that we need, the indoor information, the outdoor information, and you even can utilize the GIS further in this stage if you want to create indoor maps. So you will extend the power of GIS from outdoor to indoor. So you can utilize this for the sake of operation. So you can create some dashboard like what we see here, something like if you can give us an inspector a work order, and he can just get the information from the site and upload it to the system, and everything will be in its right location. As well, it can be integrated with IoT sensors and mobile apps, as we just mentioned, and all of them will be closed by very appealing dashboard to make the communication easier. This is how we propose the GIS as a supporter for the ISO 19650 or the common data environment different stages. Of course, every stage might take a lecture or more or even more, but now we just need to shed a light on how GIS can support in each stage. As I mentioned at the start, I work for Esri, Saudi Arabia, and in earlier this year in January, we had our AEC user community at our Esri Saudi Arabia user conference, and we got all of these big names or big project owners in the community or on the panel. We got King Salman Energy Park. We got the General Authority for Survey. We got Ritzy Global, Russian, RAR, and all of these big entities are using our GIS for different purposes. Some of them for web-based hubs for geospatial, for different usage, including land management, utilities, transportation, maybe natural resources, as well integrating BIM or CAD or different design formats to create a real beneficial digital twin of a built environment. So in the closing, I want to highlight that the CDE process is an information management process for building real world assets. Everything has a location, and when it comes to location, the GIS is here to provide data management, data analysis, spatial analysis, and of course, very strong visualization, 2D and 3D. This is all for today. Thank you for being here, and I hope you found the lecture beneficial.